Expert, maybe also just talk to us about what type of training for security, firearms or other related security activities that are actually allowed within our country's laws. I do understand firstly that foreigners do not have the right to be security guards in this country or train to be guards in this country. So the so-called foreign security camps, under which laws are they actually operating and for whom?
Anyone, but they know that the investigations are ongoing, and of course they can't rule out what will happen afterwards. But because this is an issue that also touches on safety, I want to bring in the MEC of Transport and Safety in Limpopo to speak to us about this issue. And MEC, I think there's a great concern that to have a training camp that at this point is under investigation with so many firearms.
Yes, thanks. And it is a concern indeed, because it is becoming a norm now that each and every morning when we wake up in Limpopo, there are news coming in of the safety of our people. Because the issue that happened in Mudimule, though it's not like that one of Mpumalanga, but they are similar because they are dealing with the safety of our people. In Mudimule, what they found a farm where people are training. They found 12 white males that are there. 3 are the instructors, 1 is the owner of the farm, and 9 of them are trainees. So our question always is, why are they training? What is the motive behind the training? Because if that training is legal, they were supposed to be training even our black brothers and sisters, because all of them must be trained if it's something that warrants the people of Limpopo to be trained on. And again, it is now becoming a problem with us, because now it's Mudimule with this issue of firearms. 2 days, 3 days back, it was Masisi, where our cars are being trafficked through Masisi to Zimbabwe. And some 2 weeks back, it was Kukune, where there are a lot of drugs that were discovered. So to us, a war is being declared in our province. We are not going to sit down and say, it is in Mudimule, it is in Kukune, it is wherever, because each and every region now was suspecting the activities that are happening. Because in Mopani, we'll be talking about trafficking. In Ivembe, we'll be talking about trafficking. In Sukugule, drugs. In Waterbeck now, it's firearms. So we're saying our people must always be alert. They must tell us about all the activities that are happening. If you see something which is a concern to you, please alert the police. Like I said in Masisi, to say, we must not try to fight them, because we are not armed like them. Because they are heavily armed. Some of the rifles that were found there, when they track them, they are from Germany. Some are from KwaZulu-Natal. So to us, there are people from outside the country that are helping the insiders to prepare war that we are not even aware of. That's why we are saying we are concerned as the people of Limpopo.
And MEC, when you look into the investigation that's ongoing, and obviously because you're a department within the structures of the province, I'm sure you would look into getting those reports in terms of what is being prepared, like you're saying. What will you then as a department do in the meantime?
In the meantime, us is to make the people aware of things that are happening around the province while we are still waiting for the investigators to complete their reports. Because to me, when we talk about things like from our rifles from Germany, it means something is happening. Because those firearms didn't just fly. Someone came with them. Was that person having a permit? No. So there are things that are happening. Our people, especially in Limpopo, must be alert by all times. Because a war, as I'm saying, has been declared. So with us, we are saying we are not going to leave any stone unturned until we discover why these rifles were found in our province.
And does that mean that we can expect more raids then by the police, perhaps?
Yes, we are going to make all whatever things that we are having to fight this type of a crime, like we are doing now in Masisi. That's something that we are going to do starting from next week, which I cannot talk about it now, because there are many things that are happening. So as the law enforcement agency, that's something that we're going to do now, starting from next week, from that line. So with the issue of Waterbeck, yes, we want to see police visibility in that area, who will be helping the people to say, if you see these things, report, then they will go and act.
I suppose based on what you're telling me, you're also speaking about the fact that there are cross-border crimes that are taking place in Limpopo.
Yes, on Friday, the time we were doing the roadblock, we found a 13-year-old girl from Zimbabwe. When you ask, why are you here? The child is like, she's lost. She don't know why she's in South Africa. What is she doing? Then she said, I'm here with my father. Then when we found the person says, yes, I'm the father. The next time, he is the brother. So the child is in a place of safety. In November, she's going to be taken back home to Zimbabwe.
And you spoke about also a drug lab that you discovered in the area.
Yes, in Sukuku, Nekloberstal, where Mr. Bota is the owner of the family, the farm, and the two Mexican men that were busy with the mixing of whatever they were doing in that laboratory. But as for now, everything has been taken. The place has been closed as those people are now starting to appear in court. Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, MEC.
Gathering information, putting out informants, and making sure that the criminal element is knowledgeable about this, as well as the public and surrounding areas, and the visual policing. I mean, it's made a huge difference, but the number one factor that we can deal with this and the authorities can deal with this crime, our country can deal with this kind of crime, is that there's information being given and that the media is doing the effort in constantly exposing it. And I once again want to ask the public to keep up with this, as well as the informant structure, the informant and the intelligence structures, that they'll become bigger and better. And keep us appraised and the authorities appraised of what's going on.
Mike, what I find very interesting is the fact that these activities in Bus have suddenly just kicked up a gear. What do you attribute to this? I mean, I know you've just mentioned intelligence there, but where was this intelligence all along in the past couple of years or so?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. The public wasn't most of the time, and even up till today, not usually trusting the government or the authorities. It's very important that the government, the authorities and the public work together. And I really mean giving the government now, the new government, it was a very good election. We've got a good government in place, and the police. There is a change, there is a difference. There are specialized units dealing with the high volume of crimes, as well as special crimes like the kidnappings, these camps, for instance, and serious violence, serious economic and serious cyber crimes. So I once again beg and urge the public to give the police and the authorities and this government a chance. You know, there are differences, there are positive news, there's no load shedding. I mean, if we really all as a country work together, we can deal with the infrastructure and our safety and security, but we need the public, because maybe 1% or 2% of our complete people in this country is in extreme, how shall I say, positions to make a difference. But if we aren't supported by the 98%, 99%, which is the public, nothing will happen. If there's no information, you cannot prevent crime. Then you can only identify when the crime has already been committed or is being committed, and then only can you address it. And that's when there's lives at stake, people die, and damage already been done, or how shall I say, a community and our country once again put in a spot where we are caught with literally with our trousers at our ankles. So the public coming forward, the specialized units in the police, the visible policing is making this difference, and it wasn't like that before.